Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a really strange and honestly hilarious case of workplace paranoia. We're talking rebellious appliances and what happens when office life just gets weird. So let's get right into it.
And we're going to start with this quote, this one sentence. It just perfectly captures the whole mystery and introduces us to our lead investigator, a woman who sees a massive conspiracy where everyone else just sees, well, a kitchen appliance.
Okay, so picture this. Our story kicks off in what seems like a totally normal office. You know the vibe. Coffee's brewing, people are typing away. But for one employee, something feels really, really wrong. And the source of all our suspicion? The break room microwave. So this is Margaret from accounting. She's sharp, she's super detail-oriented, and she is absolutely 100% convinced the microwave is stealing her lunch. She tries to tell her coworker Dave, who, for his part, is trying to be the voice of reason, or at least he thinks he is. And that brings us to our very first official case file, the yogurt heist. Yeah, you heard that right. A simple, healthy snack has suddenly become the focus of a huge office investigation, turning the entire break room into a crime scene.
Now, Margaret isn't just going on a hunch here, she has built a pretty compelling case. I mean, she's established a clear pattern of disappearance, she's found a key clue with that yogurt smell, and she even has a potential accomplice. She swears Steve from IT was caught talking to the microwave, a charge he defends by saying he was just, and I quote, practicing positive social interactions.
So Dave, our skeptic, tries to bring a little logic into this. But Margaret? Oh, she is way ahead of him. She's already thought of that and dismissed it. Why? Because she wrote her name on the container in permanent marker. 3 times, in different colors. Okay, so as things start getting a little louder, a new player enters the game. Janet from HR. She is that classic, weary authority figure who's seen it all. Her coffee mug literally says world's okayest mediator, so you know she's ready for pretty much anything, including appliance theft.
And Janet offers this little piece of advice. It is so simple and so absurd that it kind of loops all the way back around to being brilliant. She suggests a direct confrontation with the accused, which, sets the stage for a seriously bizarre showdown. And just like that, a private suspicion becomes a public spectacle. The entire office stops working to watch Margaret formally and very seriously ask the microwave to please stop eating her yogurt. This is it. This is the climax of the whole investigation.
For one super tense moment, it actually seems like Margaret might be right. After she finishes her plea, the microwave beeps 3 times. Is it a confession? Is it a denial? The whole office is holding its breath, pretty sure they're witnessing the world's first human appliance negotiation.
But the whole grand conspiracy just collapses in the most boring way possible. Dave, who's clearly had enough of this, just walks over to the fridge, moves some old pizza, and there it is, the missing yogurt. The mystery wasn't solved with a bang, but with a little light tidying up.
But here's the funny twist. Even though she was totally wrong, Margaret's passionate investigation earns her a brand new nickname and this legendary reputation. She is now the microwave whisperer, the go-to expert in appliance relations. And, as it turns out, that reputation is about to be tested.
So just a few weeks later, Margaret's new fame is put to the test. A brand new crisis pops up, and the office knows exactly who to call. The equipment uprising, it seems, is spreading.
This is Kevin, and Kevin is frantic. He runs up to Margaret, the newly crowned office detective, totally convinced that the printer has a personal vendetta against him and is actively sabotaging his most important work.
And Kevin's got evidence. When he tries to print the super important quarterly reports, the machine jams 17 times. But when Steve from IT prints a banana bread recipe, it comes out looking pristine. The printer doesn't just seem broken, it kind of seems like it's making choices.
So Dave, once again trying to be the voice of reason, lets his sarcasm get the best of him. He throws this line out there just to show how ridiculous this is all getting, but instead of ending the conversation, he accidentally plants a brand new seed of paranoia.
And in that moment, you can just feel the shift. Everyone goes dead silent and turns to look at the water cooler, which suddenly seems a lot less like an office utility and a lot more like a silent observer, just gathering secrets with every suspicious little bubble. The paranoia, it's contagious now.
Margaret, though, she is completely unfazed. She gets scientific with this printer problem.
First, she creates a bait document, labels it absolutely critical, and boom, it jams instantly. Then she prints a control document, it's something about cats, and it comes out flawlessly.
The experiment totally works. The evidence is right there for everyone to see. A perfectly printed picture of a cat, and the entire office is just left in stunned silence. It's like the printer can literally read the emotional weight of a document. Even the skeptics have nothing to say. And this right here, this is the moment the whole dynamic in the office just flips. When Margaret demands an explanation, Dave, the steadfast, logical skeptic, finally breaks. He just admits he has no logical answer, and for the first time, he is genuinely spooked. The machines might actually be winning.
So, what are we supposed to take away from all this? Is this really about some robot apocalypse starting in the break room? Well, the real mystery here might not be about the appliances at all. It might actually be about us.
When you get right down to it, these bizarre, shared experiences, the yogurt heist, the printer conspiracy, they build camaraderie. They create these inside jokes and office legends that turn a kind of boring workplace into a real community with its own unique stories.
And we're left with this one final, unresolved thought from Janet. After seeing everything, even she has to admit that the water cooler's location makes it the perfect spot to hear all the office gossip. It's this playful little nod that, hey, maybe some office mysteries are better left unsolved.
And that really just leaves us with a final thought for you to chew on. Maybe every office has its own secret equipment uprising, its own whispered conspiracies that make the workday just a little more exciting. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What stories are your office appliances telling?